Before time, before form, there was only the vast, echoing silence. Imagine, if you can, a space beyond imagining, an expanse so utterly boundless, so utterly undifferentiated, that no breath had ever stirred its depths, no light had ever fractured its infinite darkness. This was the primordial veil, the realm where everything and nothing were one, an unbroken, undreamt quietude that stretched into an eternity without measure. No stars, no sun, no moon dared to pierce this profound obscurity. There was no wind to whisper tales across an empty sky, for there was no sky. No ocean currents carved paths through unfathomable depths, for there was no ocean. Life, as we conceive it, lay dormant, unawakened, a concept yet to be born into the fabric of existence. It was the age of chaos, not a chaos of clamor and disorder, but a chaos of pure potential, a boundless reservoir of what could be, yet was not. A formless, swirling immensity, a cosmic womb pregnant with all that would ever come to pass, yet silent, utterly silent in its anticipation. Then, from the heart of this immeasurable stillness, a tremor, a subtle, profound stirring, like the deepest current beginning to move within an ocean that had known no tide. From the very fabric of this primordial void, a presence began to assert itself. It was the whisperer of form, the first faint articulation of being. And from this nascent vibration emerged Gaia, the Earth Mother, not born a sudden burst, but a gradual, majestic unfolding, a slow, deliberate assertion of self from the undifferentiated expanse. She manifested as a strong, vibrant form, pulsating with an inherent, undeniable potential for life. Her very essence promised verdant landscapes, towering mountains, and the deep, silent valleys that would one day cradle nascent civilizations. Her emergence was more than just a birth. It was a monumental shift, a grand, cosmic breath taken by existence itself. It marked the definitive, awe-inspiring beginning of order from the chaos, a fundamental turning point where the unformed began to take on shape, where the boundless began to define its edges. Yet, within this newly forming structure, something ancient remained, something that predated even Gaia's first stirrings. There, coiling deep within the abyss, a presence resided. Not a creature, as we might picture it, but a primal force, an ancient, latent potential. A shadow of wisdom yet to be unveiled, a silent, powerful energy that existed before names, before forms, before even the very concept of time had begun its relentless march. This was the primordial serpent, not with scales of earthly design, but woven from the very fabric of raw, untamed nature itself. It embodied the inherent, untamed energies of the universe, a silent architect, a guardian of profound truths that lay too deep, too vast, for the nascent understanding of a newly forming world. Its wisdom was hinted at, whispered as forbidden, not by any decree or divine prohibition, but by its sheer, overwhelming nature. It was a knowledge too immense, too fundamental for any nascent mind to grasp fully, a wisdom that could only be approached with utmost reverence, and perhaps a lifetime of contemplation. And as Gaia solidified, as the vast expanse began its slow transformation, the first whispers of existence, the elemental roots, began to echo within the void. A faint, almost imperceptible crackle, the nascent breath of primeval fire, hinting at the warmth and light that would one day illuminate worlds. A subtle gurgle, the first primordial water, foretelling the vast depths of oceans and the life-giving flow of rivers. A soft, stirring breath, the earliest whisper of air, promising skies and winds that would carry the seeds of life. These were not yet the fully formed elements we know, but the fundamental energies, the foundational notes in the symphony of creation that would later sculpt the intricate tapestries of the cosmos. We, who now stand upon a vibrant world, gazing at a star-studded sky, are but silent observers to this cosmic birth. We are dwarfed by the sheer scale of such unimaginable vastness, feeling the profound smallness of our own existence against the backdrop of such ancient, cosmic might. Our lives, so fleeting, so brief, are but a single, ephemeral breath in the grand exhalation of the universe. Yet, in witnessing, even in imagination, the unfolding of this primordial mystery, we catch a glimpse of a grand cosmic canvas, just beginning to be painted. And within that nascent masterpiece, the serpent's ancient energy remains a key, enigmatic stroke, a silent promise of wisdom yet to be fully comprehended. We are left with a profound sense of awe, a dawning realization of an intricate primal design, one that our minds can barely begin to grasp. It is a journey beyond our immediate understanding, a subtle hint that true wisdom lies not just in what we know, but in recognizing the ancient origins of all things and in understanding the continuous, majestic interplay of order and chaos that shapes our very being. From the boundless, swirling darkness, where whispers of the formless abyss had once reigned supreme, a new resonance began to stir. Not the deep, primeval hum of undifferentiated possibility, but a nascent melody, a deliberate rhythm, weaving itself into the very fabric of existence. The boundless void, once a realm of unbridled potential, now felt the subtle impress of intention, as if an unseen hand had begun to draw the first lines on an infinite canvas. Consider a boundless intelligence, not one that conjures from nothingness, but one that perceives the inherent necessity within the swirling matter and begins to persuade it, gently yet firmly, into form. This was not an act of abrupt, jarring creation, but a patient, profound orchestration, coaxing structure from the formless, unity from the disparate. It was the birth of the cosmos itself, not merely a chaotic jumble of parts, but a living, intelligent being breathing with purpose, resonating with an inner harmony that had always yearned for expression. This shaping principle, this ordering force, moved through the primordial chaos, not annihilating it, but refining it, like a master weaver drawing threads from a tangled skein to create a tapestry of unparalleled beauty. A beautiful arrangement began to unfold, a magnificent pattern emerging from what seemed only chance, guided by a deep and abiding understanding of what could be and what must be for all things to hold together in a symphony of existence. And so, the elemental roots, once mere flickers in the primordial soup, began to coalesce, to declare their distinct presence, taking their ordained places within the grand design. Earth solidified, offering its boundless solidity as the firm, steadfast seat of all things. It became the bedrock, the deep, fertile ground from which life would eventually spring, a silent promise of stability amidst constant change. Water gathered, vast and deep, its rolling waves and hidden currents becoming the mirror of infinite motion, the very wellspring of vitality. It shaped the shores, carved the valleys, and pulsed with the silent rhythm of life itself, reflecting both the heavens above and the mysterious depths below. Air expanded, a boundless, transparent embrace, filling the heavens with the very breath of being, connecting all beneath its silent, expansive presence. It bore the clouds, carried the whispers of nascent winds, and formed the vast, open canopy under which the world would breathe. And fire, the celestial light, awoke to its full glory, not merely a consuming flicker, but the radiant essence of stars, the warm heart of life-giving suns, casting its brilliance across the newly ordered realms. It brought light to the darkness, warmth to the cold, and the transformative power of energy that fuels all creation and renewal. Each element, now distinct, found its rightful place, interdependent and harmonized, forming the foundational pillars of a newly ordered world. Yet within this grand, emerging design, an ancient energy remained ever present, ever watchful. It was the serpent, not in form or scale, but as the coiled essence, the intrinsic guiding force that held the very balance of this emerging world. It was the subtle architect of natural harmony, a silent current flowing beneath the visible structures, ensuring that the nascent order did not rigidify into stillness, but remained a vibrant, dynamically shifting tapestry. This profound presence ensured the unity of all things, the material bound to the ethereal, the seen to the unseen, perpetually whispering of cycle that would know no true end, but only endless transformation, an eternal weaving and reweaving. It was the hidden wisdom that sustained the equilibrium, ensuring that creation and dissolution danced in an unending embrace. This cosmic harmony, once a distant, abstract ideal, now grounded itself in the tangible world around us, manifest in every turning of the seasons, every heartbeat of the earth. We see its echoes in the turning of the soil, as the earth yields its first harvests, guided by rhythms older than memory. Humanity, in its earliest stirrings, learned to attune itself to these celestial cues, planting and reaping in accordance with the unseen clockwork of the heavens. The predictable unfolding of seasons becomes a grand narrative for all to witness. The verdant embrace of growth in spring and summer, the fiery brilliance of autumn's abundance, and the gentle descent into winter's dormancy. This is the poignant dance of life and temporary slumber, a testament to renewal, demonstrating that even in apparent stillness, the seeds of future vitality are held. The great mother of the earth, in her sorrow and her joy, traces this annual cycle for all to behold, a continuous testament to life's persistent return, a promise of rebirth woven into the very fabric of time. In this awakening world, humanity stood small, yet profoundly connected. We gazed at the vast tapestry above and around us, our eyes drawn to the distant embers of universal principles that were the stars, each a pinprick of light hinting at immense, hidden truths. We watched the sea, its vast depths and rolling surfaces a mirror to the infinite, reflecting not just the heavens, but the very depths of our own nascent understanding. We began to seek patterns, to decipher the grand design woven into every sunrise, every moonrise, every leaf unfurling. The world, in its emergent balance, revealed itself as cosmos, not merely a collection of elements, but an ordered, harmonious, and exquisitely beautiful arrangement, a living testament to profound design. And as we sought these patterns, a dawning awareness settled upon the human spirit. Our place was not outside this grand, ordered system, but intimately within it. This universe, though vast beyond imagining, was not a rigid, unyielding structure, but a dynamically balanced, living entity. The very act of observing its rhythms, of revering its subtle wisdom, was the first step on a journey towards a deeper understanding. To feel the burgeoning connection to these universal forces, to acknowledge the intricate dance of creation and the subtle wisdom inherent in every element. This was the beginning of true knowing, a profound recognition that we are but a breath in the boundless, magnificent loom of existence, forever interwoven with its eternal design. And so, we turn our gaze inward, to the quiet chambers where shadows lengthen and ancient whispers begin to stir. For the serpent, often veiled in mystery, is more than a primal force. It is a direct conduit to a knowledge profound, an understanding that transcends mere cleverness. This is a wisdom not of quick wit or fleeting observation, but one that delves beyond the fleeting surface of things, reaching into the very essence of existence, into the nature of being itself, and the intricate laws that bind the cosmos. Consider the ancient tales, whispered through generations, echoes from a time when the veil between worlds felt thinner. Was it not the serpent that revealed the deepest secrets of healing herbs to Asclepius, enabling him to mend the deepest wounds of the body, to defy the very grip of mortality? A knowledge not easily won, but earned through quiet contemplation, a trust in the subtle rhythms of life. And long before the sun god's radiant light claimed the sacred precinct, did not the earth dragon, Python, guard the ancient oracle at Delphi? Its thonic power, a primal resonance, still hums beneath the very omphalos stone, a navel of the world, guiding words of prophecy from the depths, hinting at fates woven in threads too fine for human hands to grasp. This, then, is the meaning of the forbidden symbol. It is not a wisdom forbidden by decree, nor by the wrath of vengeful deities seeking to withhold truth. No, it is forbidden in the sense that it demands a profound humility, a deep introspection that challenges our superficial grasp of reality. It is a wisdom sacred and profound, requiring a journey into the hidden recesses of existence, a descent into the very foundations of understanding. The true prohibition lies not in an external command, but in the sheer difficulty of attaining such deep insight, a journey that demands we peel back layers of illusion, facing truths that may at first seem overwhelming. Think of the vast, churning ocean, its surface reflecting the endless sky, yet its depths concealing mysteries beyond our wildest dreams. The ocean's unfathomable abysses mirror the subconscious realms within us, those hidden currents of thought and feeling, where forgotten memories and innate understanding reside. And the solid earth beneath our feet, tangible and immediate, represents the manifest reality we perceive, the world of forms and senses. The serpent, with its ability to traverse both the land and the watery depths, becomes a bridge between these dualities, between the seen and the unseen, between the waking world and the slumbering truths. It glides effortlessly through the subtle interplay of light and shadow, reminding us that profound truths often exist at these intersections, where opposites meet and merge. Within each of us, there resides a soul, a spark of the divine, a tiny world reflecting the grandeur of the vast cosmos. This human soul yearns to reconnect with those deeper truths, to remember what it has always known. There are moments, fleeting yet profound, when a sudden insight dawns upon us, a recognition of something inherently true, as if a forgotten melody from a distant past has suddenly become clear. These are glimpses of innate knowledge, moments when the soul recalls its ancient heritage, its connection to the universal mind, to the very fabric of existence itself. It is a homecoming, a brief and glorious reunion with a wisdom woven into our very being. This ancient wisdom, whispered by the serpent, speaks also of fertility, of life's boundless capacity for regeneration. It is the power that allows the earth to burst forth with new growth after the barrenness of winter, the force that renews the body and spirit. It speaks of healing, of the restoration of balance when discord reigns. It speaks of immortality, not as an endless physical existence, but as a continuous cycle of transformation, where nothing truly perishes but merely changes form, shedding the old to embrace the new. Its coiled form, ever-changing yet eternally the same, embodies this cyclical nature, the rhythm of life and death, of decay and rebirth. It reminds us that every ending holds the seed of a new beginning, a promise of perpetual renewal. To truly hear these ancient whispers, we must learn to quiet the clamor of the everyday world. We are encouraged to contemplate the subtle signs of nature, the unfurling of a leaf, the flight of a bird, the ceaseless motion of the tides. These are not mere occurrences, but parts of an unspoken language of the universe, each revealing the profound interconnectedness of all things. Wisdom, then, is not found in grand declarations or complex treatises alone, but in the quiet whispers that reveal the seamless web of creation, the intricate dance of cause and effect, of being and becoming. It lies in recognizing the unity that underlies all apparent diversity, the shared essence that binds us to the stars, to the earth, and to each other. Let this sense of wonder grow within you, tinged with a philosophical reverence for the unseen forces that shape our world. For there is a profound wisdom that lies just beyond conventional perception, a truth that echoes from the very world soul within the cosmos, waiting for us to listen, to feel, and to understand. It is the serpent's ancient whisper, a call to remember the eternal truths inscribed upon the scroll of existence. And so, we turn our gaze from the grand weaving of the cosmos to the intricate threads that compose our own fleeting existence, to the relentless, beautiful rhythm that pulses through all things. For in the grand tapestry of being, the most profound wisdom often reveals itself in the endless dance of cycles, in the quiet turning of the wheel that governs all life. Consider the journey of a single breath, drawn deep into the lungs, held for a precious moment, and then released into the vastness. Is it not a miniature echo of all existence? A birth, a life, a gentle passing, only to be followed by another and another in an unbroken chain. This is the enduring truth written upon the very face of our world, etched into the heart of every season, every tide, every distant star. The ancient earth whispers tales of this eternal return, tales sung by the rustling leaves of autumn and the burgeoning blossoms of spring. Recall the sorrowful myth of the Earth Mother, Demeter, whose grief at the abduction of her daughter, Persephone, brought forth the barren chill of winter. The world itself held its breath, suspended in a long, cold dormancy, mirroring the underworld's embrace. Yet, with Persephone's eventual return, a vibrant promise unfurled across the land. The dormant seeds stirred, the frozen rivers thawed, and life, in its boundless exuberance, burst forth anew. This is not merely a story of loss and reunion, but a profound revelation that what appears to be an end is, in truth, but a transition, a necessary pause in the grand, continuous unfolding. Death, then, is not the final silence, but a quiet space, a womb of transformation from which new life inevitably springs. This cyclical truth finds its most potent symbol in the ancient image of the serpent devouring its own tail, the Ouroboros. It represents not a beginning nor an end, but the unending circuit of renewal, the infinite history of all things. In its eternal embrace, the Ouroboros reminds us that all forms, material and spiritual, are woven from a single, continuous thread. They do not vanish into nothingness, but perpetually change, transforming, evolving, forever returning to their source, and emerging in new manifestations. It is a testament to the unity that underlies all apparent divisions, a silent declaration that the universe is a living, breathing entity, constantly recreating itself in a magnificent, self-sustaining loop. And we, the fleeting inhabitants of this vibrant world, find ourselves caught within these very rhythms. How often do we resist the ebb and flow, clinging to what is familiar, fearing the inevitable currents of change? Yet, true wisdom, the kind that resonates deep within the soul, lies in embracing this dynamic balance. It means learning to release, to shed, to allow the old to decay, trusting that space is being made for the new to emerge. It is in this surrender to the natural order that we discover a harmony far greater than any we could impose through our own will. Look up at the boundless vault of the night sky, or gaze upon the boundless expanse of the ocean. The sun, in its daily journey from dawn to dusk, meticulously measures our days. The moon, in its waxing and waning, charts our months, subtly influencing the tides of both water and spirit. The constellations, those ancient wanderers, drift slowly across the heavens, seemingly distant, yet acting as cosmic guides, mapping out universal principles that govern all existence. These celestial movements, in their unwavering precision, reveal time itself not as a linear progression toward an ultimate end, but as a moving image of eternity, a perpetual unfolding of the ever-present. We stand beneath this vast, star-dusted canopy, humbled by the unimaginable scale of the cosmos. Our individual lives, like motes of dust dancing in a sunbeam, appear incredibly small against such immensity. Yet this very smallness is deceptive. For within each human spirit, within the very fabric of our being, lies a profound connection to that boundless expanse. The ancients understood this as the relationship between the microcosm and the macrocosm. Each one of us is a little world, a micros cosmos, reflecting the grandeur of the great world, the macros cosmos. Our souls resonate with the great world soul, a universal consciousness that pervades all. The rivers of our blood mirror the great rivers of the earth. The currents of our thoughts echo the currents of the sea and the winds of the sky. The rhythms of our hearts beat in harmony with the cosmic pulse. To truly grasp this unending dance of birth, growth, decay, and renewal, to recognize it as the very essence of being, is to liberate ourselves from the fear of an ultimate end. For there is no end, only transformation and endless becoming. It is a cosmic pulse that beats within every heart, within every atom, within every star, and within every grain of sand. This profound understanding reminds us that our personal cycles of joy and sorrow, gain and loss, are not isolated events, but integral movements within a larger, majestic cosmic symphony. In recognizing this, we find not despair in our transience, but solace and profound meaning in the promise of the eternal return, in the endless journey of the soul through myriad forms, forever connected to the source from which it sprang. We have journeyed through the primordial abyss of chaos, witnessed the unseen hand weaving the cosmic tapestry from nothingness, and listened to the ancient whispers of wisdom echoing from the heart of the earth and the depths of the sea. Now, standing at the threshold of profound understanding, we recognize that the imprint of the serpent, once deemed a forbidden symbol, is not a curse of fear, but a sacred emblem of profound wisdom. It is the bridge spanning the visible and the unseen, the delicate thread connecting the tumultuous and the tranquil. The wisdom it represents is not one of fleeting cleverness or shallow observation, but an understanding of the eternal forms themselves, those unchanging blueprints, those timeless archetypes that existed before the first breath of time, and which give shape and meaning to our transient world. This is a knowledge not to be grasped merely by the senses, nor by the quickness of thought, but through deep contemplation, a quiet descent into the very core of our being. It is the recognition that behind every falling leaf, every crashing wave, every distant, twinkling star, there lies a perfect order, a primordial idea that can never fade. This quest for wisdom demands both reverence and humility. It calls upon us to recognize the inherent beauty and fundamental goodness instilled in this ordered universe, a testament to a grand design beyond our full comprehension. Each planet tracing its ordained path, each season arriving and departing, each seed bursting forth from the earth, stands as a silent witness to a magnificent pattern, an undeniable harmony. As we humbly contemplate this exquisite precision, we begin to truly understand our own delicate place within that boundless canvas. Humanity, though physically small, holds a unique and profound role within this cosmic tapestry. We are a universe in miniature, a tiny world reflecting the grandeur of the boundless cosmos. Our souls carry within them the seeds of infinite understanding, echoes of a wisdom that existed long before our first spoken word. It is a deep connection, an unbreakable link between the individual self and the cosmic whole. The ancient quest for knowledge, what the early thinkers called philosophia, the very love of wisdom. Before time, before form, there was only the vast, echoing silence. Imagine, if you can, a space beyond imagining, an expanse so utterly boundless, so utterly undifferentiated, that no breath had ever stirred its depths, no light had ever fractured its infinite darkness. This was the primordial veil, the realm where everything and nothing were one, an unbroken, undreamt quietude that stretched into an eternity without measure. No stars, no sun, No moon
guiding
dared to
star
pierce
for
this
our path.
profound obscurity. There was no wind to whisper tales
a
across an
whisper of
empty
the earth,
sky,
Arion.
for there was no sky.
A call to the
No
heart
ocean
of our
currents
purpose.
carved paths through unfathomable depths, for there was no ocean. Life, as we conceive it, lay dormant, unawakened, a concept yet to be born into the fabric of existence. It was the age of chaos, not a chaos of clamor and disorder, but a chaos of pure potential, a boundless reservoir of what could be, yet was not. A formless, swirling immensity, a cosmic womb pregnant with all that would ever come to pass, yet silent, utterly silent in its anticipation. Then, from the heart of this immeasurable stillness, a tremor, a subtle, profound stirring, like the deepest current beginning to move within an ocean that had known no tide. From the very fabric of this primordial void, a presence began to assert itself. It was the whisperer of form, the first faint articulation of being. And from this nascent vibration emerged Gaia, the Earth Mother, not born a sudden burst, but a gradual, majestic unfolding, a slow, deliberate assertion of self from the undifferentiated expanse. She manifested as a strong, vibrant form, pulsating with an inherent, undeniable potential for life. Her very essence promised verdant landscapes, towering mountains, and the deep, silent valleys that would one day cradle nascent civilizations. Her emergence was more